Hi. We're going to do a 45-minute class today, really getting mainly into the shoulders and opening up the upper body, the chest. So really nice for office workers, but really for everyone, because most of us in what we do are quite forward folding in all our movements. So we're going to have a lovely flow today, opening up through the chest and the shoulders. We'll also get into legs a bit and hips as usual, but mainly focus on the shoulders. So let's get started. Sitting down, you come to sit on your mat and just take a seated cross-legged position. Just close down the eyes. Give yourself a moment or two to settle in. And just start to deepen and lengthen the breath now. Just relaxing the face. You can always let a few exhales out through the mouth, just letting go. Whenever you're ready, you can just blink open the eyes. Bring our hands into prayer position at the heart center. And we're going to do breath of joy. So let's inhale here. And then exhale, we're going to inflate the hands and push them forward, rounding through the back. Inhale up, drawing the shoulders back. And exhale, we come back, interlinking the hands behind the back and opening up the chest. And then coming back to your heart center. Inhale here. Exhale, slide the tailbone forward, round through the upper back. Inhale, reach up, open up the shoulders, draw them back. And exhale, bring the hands back behind you, interlinking the hands and opening up the chest. And then coming back to prayer position. Inhale here. Exhale to round. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale back. Open up the chest. Inhaling. And exhaling. So we're really trying to establish linking up the breath with movement to really achieve that moving meditation today. So from here, let's inhale, arms rise. And exhale, right hand comes down and the left hand comes up and over. Just breathing here for a few moments. Just concentrate on drawing that top shoulder blade back and opening up. Really breathing into the side body, getting into the intercostal muscles and the rib cage. Inhale, reach up, and exhale, take that the other way. Again, grounding through the sit bones, draw the top shoulder blade back. And coming back up to center. Good. From here, we're going to just cactus open the arms. Just squeeze the rhomboid muscles between the shoulder blades together behind the back. Open up through the heart space, through the chest. Let's inhale here. And then exhale, we're going to round through the spine, contract. Inhale, open up again. And exhale to round. Inhale. And exhale. Good. We're going to come onto all fours now. So just finding an all fours position. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders, knees can come underneath the hips. Inhale, shine the heart forward, tailbone rises, and exhale to round and contract, tuck the tailbone under. Inhale, reach forward, and exhale to round. Inhale, reach forward, exhale to round and contract. Good. Walking the hands a little bit further forward now. You're just going to imagine that you're stirring a huge pot. So just stirring the pot. Really warming up through the shoulders, the side body, the hips. You can always close down the eyes as well, just to encourage the awareness inwards, quieting down the mind. So just really finding your own repertoire of movements that works in your body. And then you can just come back to center. We're going to bring the knees wide and just settle the hips back towards the heels and stretch and reach the arms forward and bring the head down to the mat. So staying up on fingertips and really getting into the shoulders. Taking a few deep breaths here. And then just walking the hands around to the right, stretching through the left side body. Back to center. Stretching the other way. You can always bring the right hand over the left. Stretch and breathe into that right side. Draw the right hip back. And then just bring yourself back to center. Good. Coming up now, we're going to come into a high kneel. Knees underneath the hips. We'll take camel pose, so an adjusted version of your camel or Ustrasana pose. You can bring the left hand onto the lower back and just reach the right arm up, drawing the left shoulder back, opening up through the chest. Breathe here. And then release back down and switch sides. Reaching up, really lifting up through the midline of the body, squeezing the hips forward, and release. Good. You can bring both hands onto the lower back now. We'll take one more little back bend. If you're familiar with camel pose and you've done it lots of times, and you know it's okay for your lower back, feel free to take full camel. Otherwise, just leaning back, breathing here. And then release, tucking the chin gently under. Finding your Anahatasana puppy pose. Walking the hands forward now and just sliding down. You can either bring forearms down and just let the head and neck dangle down, or if it's accessible, you can drop the forehead down to the mat, reach the arms forward so the hips stay high. Focus on drawing the heart towards the ground here. So you're really drawing the heart down and just connect with your breath. And then releasing. We're going to make our way into Sphinx pose, so just lowering yourself down now onto the mat. Forearms in an 11 shape in front of the shoulders. And now draw yourself forward. So you're pressing into the forearms and just drawing yourself forward as if you could pull yourself forward. Relax the face. And then forehead down to the ground. Let's press up to a table and then up to our first downward dog. So you want your feet to be more or less hip width apart. Hands in front of shoulders. You can just paddle out here, left and right, bending one knee and then the other. Good, and then find some stillness. Shake out the head and neck, release. Good. And then see if you can lift the hips even higher, draw the chest towards the thighs a little bit more. And then to really figure out if you're more or less the right distance apart with the hands and feet, you can try seeing if you can shift forward to plank. So shifting forward into a plank, maybe a micro bend in the elbows, reach the crown of the head forward, and then make your way back to a downward dog. Just a couple of times. Adjusting as you need to, drawing the navel in towards the spine in your plank, really connecting with the core, moving back. Last one. Good, and just planting the feet down on the mat, heels down as much as possible towards the mat, and draw back towards the thighs. Take a big inhale here. And exhale it out through the mouth. And another cleansing breath. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, the right leg rises. Just open up that right hip just by circling around a few times. And then circling back round the other way. Good, and then sending that leg straight and square back so the hips are level. Take a big inhale. And exhale, step forward. Good. So from here, we're going to drop the left knee down and just walk the hands up onto that thigh. Just check that your knee is over the ankle at the front. Shine the hips forward, and you can circle the arms all the way up. The palms face in towards each other. Good. Take a nice big inhale here. Exhale, cactus the arms open. Open up through the heart space. Inhale back. And exhale, cactus. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, cactus the arms open. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, we're going to bring the hands down. You can bring the left foot so it's parallel to the short edge of the mat. And just cartwheel the arms open here. So the right knee is over the right ankle. You're peeling that left hip back, drawing the right knee open. Good. Just breathe here. Looking over the fingertips, hands and fingers are really dynamic. Try to keep the shoulders relaxed. Take a big inhale and reach forward even more. And exhale, reverse this. So bring the right hand up and back. Let's breathe here. Maybe looking a little bit up, but just being careful of the neck. And then coming back up. And we'll find a side angle pose. So side angle, you can bring the forearm very lightly down to rest on the right thigh, but really you're not putting much weight there at all. And you can bring the left arm up. So the left arm reaches up. Start with shoulder over shoulder alignment. You're feeling that beautiful stretch through the left side body. Lean the left shoulder back as if you had a wall behind you. And then see about reaching the arm alongside the ear. And then rotate the chest, so spiral the chest open a little. Breathing here. Your gaze can be wherever is comfortable for the neck, either up or forward or down. And we would come back up. Good. And here, just reaching the hands behind the back. Interlinking the fingertips. The fingers, not the fingertips. Drawing the shoulders away. Down, away from the shoulders. So drawing those hands down. And we'll find our humble warrior. So you can always adjust the back foot a little bit if you need to for balance. Otherwise, we're going to start to look forward and down. And just start to come forward, looking down at the mat, reaching your hands up and away. Just keep the breath steady and even here, and relax. Just surrendering to this moment, to your practice. And you can then reach back up, coming all the way back up. Just tee out the arms wide. Bring the feet in, so your feet are parallel now to each other. And we're going to bring the hands onto the hips. Inhale, reach the chest open. And exhale, start to fold forward. Hinging at the hips, you can bring the hands down onto the ground, or if that's not accessible, just taking a hold of something that you can put underneath the hands here. And just allowing your head and neck to dangle down. So you're just dropping down. You can always bring your feet a little bit wider apart now. Keep pressing firmly into the feet and letting yourself drop down. Again, let the head and neck shake out here. Release. Let any tension go. It might feel nice to take a couple of out breaths through the mouth here, a couple of exhales through the mouth. Letting go even more, relaxing down, benefiting from all this fresh oxygenated blood to the brain for mental clarity, but also for mental calm. And then when you're ready, you can start to come up, lengthening out the spine. You can bend your knees generously here, bring the hands onto the knees, And just bring yourself back up. Good. So from here, we're going to just bring the hands down and just step straight back into a downward dog. Again, it might feel nice just to paddle out, bending one knee and then the other. And then finding some stillness again. Let's inhale, the right leg rises. And again, just taking some hip circles one way and then the other. Just finding your own breath rhythm. I only prompt you with the breath to really act as a guide, but if it doesn't work for your breath rhythm, you can just concentrate on your own. Stepping the left leg back into that three-legged dog. Inhale. Exhale, step forward. Dropping the right knee down. And finding your low lunge, coming up. Just relaxing the shoulders down the back. Relaxing all the little muscles in the face. Take a nice big inhale here. Exhale, opening up. Inhale back to center. Exhale to open. Inhaling. Exhale. Inhale center. And exhale, hands down. Again, you're just going to walk the hands round to the right. Flex the back foot and bring the sole of the foot down so it's parallel. And then lift yourself up into your warrior two. So settling in, just remembering that you want your front heel to be in line with the back heel or the back arch. Peel the right hip open, draw the left knee open. Good, and sometimes it's helpful just to look back and see that your back arm is in line with your front arm. So you've got alignment all through the body. Just breathing here, really creating strength into that left leg and really working strongly into the hip flexors. Let's inhale, reach forward even more. Exhale, reverse. Breathing here, just drawing that right shoulder down and away. Stretching into the left side body. Inhale, come back up. And exhale, find that side angle. Again, start with that very light. You might even want to just bring the forearm up just to check that you're keeping the side body really dynamic here. Working into the side obliques. Lean back with that top shoulder and then maybe start to reach the right arm forward. Draw the chest open to the sky. And now let's inhale, come back up. And we're going to, I'm just going to face you for the forward fold. So again, this time you can bring your feet parallel and your hands behind the back. So just interlinking the hands, drawing them away from the shoulders. I'm going to open up the chest with an inhale and exhale, start to fold forward. You can bend your knees as much as you need to. Folding forward here. And again, you can find a little movement here, maybe bending one knee and then the other, dropping the head down, drawing the shoulders away. Relax everything else. And now, let's start to lift ourselves back up. Good. So from here, let's bring the hands onto the hips and bring the feet out 45-degree angle now. So the feet are pointing towards the top corners of the mat, long edges of the mat. And we're going to find our temple pose. So you can reach up into a star shape. And as we enter this pose, I want you to really imagine that you've got a flat wall behind you, that you're just sliding down. So you're drawing the navel into the spine here. So inhale here, and then exhale, lowering down, drawing the shoulder blades back together behind you. Inhale, reach up again. Exhale to lower. Inhale, reach up. And And exhale, just lowering down. And this time you can either stay here or maybe interlink the hands, flip the palms so they point up, draw the navel into the spine so you're lengthening through the back. Breathe here. Stay with it. And then release back down. You can just bring the hands onto the knees now. Draw the tailbone back and lengthen through the spine. And we're just going to get into the fronts of the shoulders now, the pectorals. So you can just drop the right shoulder and look over the left. Just breathing here. And then coming back up and switching sides. And coming back to center. You can bring the hands down and just heel toe the feet in. You can find now your yogi squat and malasana squat. If this feels too much in the hips, you can just stay up just where we were. So just like we were with the hands on the knees. If you're there, you can just work into the hips here, just taking a little bit of movement. Just like this, whatever feels good, opening up the hips. If it does feel okay, finding your yogi squat. And the soles of the feet don't need to be completely flat on the ground. They may be, but if they're not, that's fine. Maybe lifting the hands to the heart center here. Just looking in front of you. Just connecting with your breath. Benefiting from all the muscles in the lower back, really lengthening. Muscles in the glutes lengthening. Releasing all the tension in this area and in the hips. And then you can just bring the hands down and just come to a seat. Just bringing the soles of the feet together to touch. This is our Supta Baddha Konasana pose or butterfly pose. And always massage the arches of the feet here, giving the feet a little bit of attention, and then just see about lowering down. Just steadying the breath. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose. Head and neck are completely relaxed. And just walking yourself back up. Just adjusting your position on the mat. We're going to lengthen the right leg out and just cross the right foot to the outer edge of the left knee. Ground for the sit bones here. Just pull on the front of the right leg to lift up the spine. And traditionally this posture is taught with the left leg bent as well. So you can always try that. I prefer to keep my left leg straight because it enables me to ground better through the sit bones and create a little bit more height and length through the spine. But you can try and see if your anatomy supports you with the crossed left leg. So the left leg could just simply be crossed just like this. So you choose what works best with every posture. And we're going to take a big inhale, lift the arms up, and exhale, twist to the right. You can hook the elbow outside the right knee, or you can wrap around, just twisting round. Drawing the right shoulder back, keep breathing here. And just coming all the way back to center. You can always just fold over to the left and then switch sides. Right leg straight or maybe bent, left leg crosses over. Inhale, reach up here. And exhale, hooking the elbow outside or just wrapping the arm around, you're twisting to the left. softening the face, no straining, just twisting consistently round. And then just bringing yourself back to center. Good. From here, finding your boat pose, Navasana, so you can lift one leg, two legs, roll the shoulders back, lift up through the chest, and maybe you start to reach up. Breathe here. Stay with that breath. And release. Good. You can fold forward, just give yourself a little hug. Easier for me to stay up because I'm outside and I can watch the clouds floating above where I am. Which really does help you stay in boat. Challenging pose. And release. So coming back into all fours now. Hands under the shoulders. Knees underneath the hips. We're going to inhale, reach the right arm up. And exhale, thread through to the left side. Bringing the right shoulder down onto the mat if it will go, otherwise onto a cushion. Right side of the face comes down and you can just reach that left arm forward, maybe coming onto fingertips. Roll the weight into that right arm. Maybe bring the left arm behind the back and reach for the inner crease of the right thigh. Breathing here. And completely relaxing through the face. And releasing, bringing the left hand down onto the mat, pressing into it. Inhale, reach up and out, and exhale to release. Same thing on the second side. Inhale, left arm, exhale to thread through. Dropping the left side of the face down. Releasing, right hand presses down. Inhale, reach the left arm up. And exhale, back down. Good. From here, we're going to just take a few cow cats. Inhaling forward. Exhaling to round. Inhale, reach forward. And exhale, draw the belly in, tuck the tailbone under. Coming back to a neutral spine. We're going to pivot the right shin out behind you. Bring the left foot to the back of the mat. The left foot plants and the right hand's under the right shoulder. So your right shin is really out far enough to create a kickstand, and then you can just lift and feel open the left arm. Maybe reaching alongside the ear. Maybe reaching the left foot up, the left leg. If you're doing that, just make sure the glutes engage to protect your lower back and you're drawing the left hip back. It might feel nice even to reach for that left foot behind you. Pressing the foot into the hand. Maybe looking up or behind you even. You choose, just be careful with the neck. And then let's inhale to reach long. Exhale to lower down, just switching sides. So the left shin pivots out, the right foot plants, peeling open. And then again, maybe drawing that right hand forward. Maybe lifting up the right leg. Squeezing into the right glutes, drawing the right hip back. Maybe reaching back for the back foot. Try and keep the knee and foot on the same line as the hip if possible. Let's inhale to reach long. And exhale to come back. And from here, we're going to come down to lie in our Shavasana very soon. We're just going to take one more reclined posture. So you can just start to lower all the way down onto your back. I'm just going to change where my microphone is. Lowering on the back. And here we're going to walk the feet back in towards us. You can bring the right foot to cross just on the left thigh. And from here you can reach through and just take hold of the left thigh. If that's not working in your body, if you can't get there, or the only way you can get there is by hunching up the shoulders and compressing, just avoid completely. Just instead cradle this leg, so you can bring the left hand onto the foot and the right hand onto that leg and bend into it, and just experiment with how to move. You want this to be felt in the right outer hip, the piriformis. So just cradling that leg till you get there. Otherwise you're just crossing and reaching for behind your left thigh or onto the shin. Definitely keep the shoulders relaxing down on the mat. You can keep that right foot flexed and just draw everything in. And now we're nearly ready for our Shavasana, so just slowing down the breath even more. And just making sure your exhales start to become longer than your inhales, giving the signal to your body to turn on the parasympathetic nervous system, your rest, digest and heal mode now. And release and switch sides. Drawing everything in and now keeping the left foot flexed. Chin is lightly tucked. And release back down. And now you can just make your way into your Shavasana, so you can bring the legs out wide on your mat. The feet can flop open to the sides, palms facing up. And you can always just lift up the shoulders and snuggle them down a little bit further down the back. Relaxing the face, all the little muscles in the forehead, the jaw, the mouth. Feel your eyes sink deep into their sockets. Letting go of any control of the body, the breath, the mind. You give yourself this last few minutes to completely relax and rest. And it's time now to start to wake yourself up. You can bring attention to the breath again, just starting to deepen and lengthen the breath, and maybe simple circles through the ankles and wrists. Anything else that feels intuitive. Maybe letting the head fall from side to side. And then you can just roll over onto your right side. I'm going to roll over onto my left side just because of my microphone, but generally it's recommended to lie on the right side because your heart is on the left side, so you're just putting minimum pressure and weight on the heart. And when you're ready, you can roll yourself up to a seat. Just grounding down through the sit bones, lifting tall through the crown of the head. It might feel nice just to bring one hand and the other hand over each other on the upper chest, just connecting with your breath here. And let's bring our hands together, prayer position at our heart center. Namaste. Thank you. I'll see you next time.